Something new has come to the island of gods and monsters. And what's worse than an evil that just kills? One that erases? The air on Skull Island, usually buzzing with the sounds of prehistoric life, has gone dead silent. A shadow falls over the jungle. Pterodactyl's shriek is cut short as it's caught in the shadow's path. Medusa is here, and if the king falls, Skull Island is about to become her personal stone garden. The delicate balance of Skull Island, a world locked outside of time, has been completely shattered. Clawing her way out of Greek mythology, the Gorgon Medusa has arrived on its shores, and she didn't come alone. We know what you're probably thinking in the old myths. Medusa was a solitary figure. But in this scenario, she's brought an entire army of serpents with her, a slithering plague moving as an extension of her own will. She doesn't want to conquer the island. She wants to remake it in her own silent stone image. Every living thing, from the smallest beetle to the biggest dinosaur, is a potential statue in her new gallery. First up in the defender's corner, the king himself, King Kong. He's not just a giant ape. He's the island's guardian, its alpha predator, and the very last of his kind. This is the titan who has stared down Vastotosaurus rexes and skull crawlers and walked away the winner. He is the island's furious, beating heart. But even a king can't face this alone. This new threat is so massive. It forges an alliance that nobody ever saw coming. A full pride of lions, definitely not native to Skull Island, is now forced to fight for its very survival. What they lack in Kong's pure brute force, they more than make up for with tactical genius. They've got numbers, coordinated pack hunting skills, and a ferocious agility that the island's bigger, clumsier beasts just can't match. And in the invader's corner, a literal force of nightmare. Leading the charge is Medusa Gorgon, straight out of legend. One look into her eyes, and it's game over. You're a statue. Get too close, and her hair, a writhing nest of venomous snakes, will finish the job. We've already mentioned that this version of Medusa comes with an army, which is a creative twist, since in mythology she was a lone figure. This army is a twisting, hissing tide of scales and fangs, moving with a single, terrifying purpose: to overrun the entire jungle and set the stage for their queen. The invasion doesn't start with a roar, but with a hiss. The symphony of the jungle just stops. It's replaced by the sound of scales on leaves, coming from everywhere at once. The first victims aren't found dead, but frozen. A pack of raptors turned to stone mid-lunge. A herd of brontosaurus, now just a grim, silent line of gray statues. The lions are the first to fight back, a whirlwind of claw and tooth, but it's a losing battle. For every 10 snakes they manage to kill, 100 more swarm in to take their place. They're outmatched, fighting for every inch of a world that's turning to stone all around them. That unnatural silence is what finally draws Kong. He arrives to see the devastation, the stone effigies that used to be his subjects, and the lion's valiant but failing defense. No words are exchanged and are needed. The solitary king and the social predators are now united by a common enemy. Kong becomes the battering ram, his massive fists clearing huge swaths of the serpent army. And in the chaos he creates, the lions become a golden blur, darting into the openings, flanking threats, and eliminating them with lethal precision. It's the perfect one to punch. Kong's brute force backed by the lion's strategic ferocity. Their teamwork carves a path right to Medusa herself. This final battle isn't about strength, but strategy. Kang knows he can't meet her gaze, not even for a second. So the lions become the ultimate distraction. They harry Medusa from all sides. A blur of golden fur forcing her to whip her head around, her deadly gaze flashing wildly. The cost is high. More than one lion is caught in her gaze, turned to stone in an instant, a permanent, snarling monument to their courage. But their sacrifice buys Kong the one thing he needs: time. Taking a page directly from the ancient myth of Perseus, Kong uses a large, placid pool of water as a mirror. He never looks at the Gorgon directly, only at her shimmering reflection as he maneuvers. He smashes the earth, sending tremors to throw her off balance. He hurls massive boulders, forcing her to dodge and breaking her deadly focus. Using her reflection in the water, Kong anticipates her final, desperate move. He lunges, not at her, but at the ground beneath her feet. The earth shatters, sending her tumbling from a high precipice. Her defeat is absolute. The psychic link to her army is instantly severed. The slithering tide dissolves from a single-minded monster back into a chaotic mass of individual snakes, which flee into the shadows. In the end, Kong's victory wasn't won with power alone. It was secured by his intelligence to turn a weakness into a weapon, and by the sheer bravery of the lions who fought and fell to give their king a fighting chance. Skull Island is saved, but it is now a land of stone memorials, a grim reminder of the day mythology tried to conquer nature. But what do you think? Was Kong's strategy the only way to win? Or could the Alliance have triumphed with a different approach? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and tell us who should be the next legendary creature to challenge the new defenders of Skull Island.